I can make you look like this in a year. Don't think, just do as I say. Because I eat like a king and you eat like a peasant. When I was younger, I never used to look like a king. I never used to eat like a king. I used to look like a peasant. I used to look like a fat piece of shit and eat like a peasant. What do peasants eat? Heaps of grains, processed food, and fuck all protein. As a brown guy, what did my diet consist of when I was younger? Heaps of rice, heaps of curry that's filled with oils, and barely any protein. If you want to start in the gym, it doesn't take a scientist to know that you have to eat protein in your diet in order to build muscle. So how would this diet serve me in building muscle? It didn't. It contradicted what I wanted to do. If you look at the rest of the world, what do they eat? Think about it. What do they eat? If you look around all your co-workers or people at your school, why do they look like shit? Just look at what they put in their body. Whatever you input is whatever you output into reality. They input Maccas, Cocoa Pops, Pop Tarts, brownies. Well, brownies are good. Brownies taste good, but that's why they look like shit, and that's why they feel like shit. Don't eat like them. If you want to build a good physique, you have to eat good. But how do you actually eat good? You have to eat like a king, alright? If you look back in time, if you look at the history books, kings used to conquer nations not just by simply executing them, but they killed them slowly like a virus. Kings used to use other nations, right, and make them do their dirty work. If you want to make them do your slave work, you can't let them think for themselves. Because if they think for themselves, they're going to try to rebel against you, and worst case scenario, they're going to die. But if you want to keep using them like slaves, how are you going to treat them? You have to make them slave-minded, like a robot, right? You can't let them think for themselves. If you look at the peasants, what did they eat? Well, first, if you look at the kings, what did they eat? The kings had an abundance of food. They had fruits, vegetables, red meat, chicken. If you can just visualize what a king eats at his dinner table, like if you look at Harry Potter, that movie, they basically ate like kings, alright? Because Hogwarts is like kings and the Muggles are peasants, right? What did peasants eat? They had grains, alright? I'm not saying that grains are the worst food ever, but if you just simply eat that over time and nothing else, no proteins and nothing, it gives you brain fog over a long period of times. Like when I was fat, every time I used to purely just eat carbs, I couldn't really think. I couldn't really form a sentence. Couldn't really think for myself. That's why I didn't change my body earlier. But also, if you don't eat enough protein, if you don't keep your body healthy, if you don't keep it in check, you're gonna have a weak immune system. Alright? If you have a weak immune system, you're obviously weak. You are subpar. You are not superior. You're actually inferior. So if you want to build a good physique, don't eat like the peasants. Don't simply just eat heaps of grains. Don't eat processed foods. You have to eat like a king. You have to think you're abundant. You have to be abundant before you actually make it. You have to be that person internally. Eat what they eat. Alright, it doesn't take a scientist to know this stuff. And kings, one of the foods that they ate, one of the best foods you could eat in order to build an aesthetic body is literally just eggs. Alright? People get scared of eggs. People get scared of eating the yolk of eggs because they think it has high cholesterol, so it's bad for you. That's simply not the case. Eggs have acetylcholine in it, so if you know what that is, choline, it helps you improve your focus. So if you eat more eggs, you become less retarded. If you eat less eggs, you're less likely to focus, like the peasants. Alright? If you think about it, if you look at everyone around you, that's why no one has the attention span to like read a book or to focus for 10 minutes or to delay gratification over a long period of time. You see all these bodybuilders, they eat eggs all the time. They literally have the willpower to stick to a strict diet for over a long period of time because eggs allow them to focus. 48% of eggs convert to protein tissue when you eat it. That's the second highest food on the list above breast milk, but I don't expect you to have breast milk all the time. What does that actually mean? When you eat eggs, 48% of it will help you in your recovery of building muscle, and the rest will turn into glucose. Meats and stuff, they only have like a 30-something% rate. So eating eggs will give you more bang for your buck. I go to the gym and I still see small people there. And I think to myself, why are they so small? Every time I talk to them, they don't give the vibe, or they don't really put the emphasis of them eating a lot of eggs. I eat 10 eggs a day. That's why I look good. Alright, bodybuilding is not really a hard topic, but you really need to be that basic, alright? Down below, I'm building a course on how to build a aesthetic body naturally. If you want to know more info on how to build this, link is in the description. In order to build an aesthetic body, don't eat like a peasant. You have to be abundant like a king. Abundance facilitates fulfillment, alright? You have to be more flamboyant, even in the small things. Your diet is key, because whatever you input is whatever you output. You may look crazy to society. You may look crazy to your parents if you eat like 5 eggs, 10 eggs a day. They may be questioning why you're eating this. This is not good for you. High cholesterol is bad for you. It's simply not true, alright? Because when you eat more eggs, it actually lowers the amount of cholesterol you develop in your liver. It doesn't take a scientist to know this stuff. Most people are just uneducated. So if you want to build an aesthetic body, eat like a king. Don't eat like a peasant.